Hello guys, welcome to Pop Art. Today we will be learning how to draw a sparkling eye with Clip Studio Paint, using its assets and features, especially with 3D model brushes. Today I am using a 3D model head to trace out the eye shape, as it helps beginners who are new to drawing. We can download any 3D models from Clip Studio Paint assets. You can drag it to get the position you want. Add a new layer and trace out the eye shape using brushes. You can delete or deselect the 3D layer so we can have the trace out layer. Create a new layer and use auto select to select the white part of the eye, and give their color which little dark like blue and reduce its opacity to 38. Now create a new layer and select the iris and give it a color you want. I am going with blue eyes, where you can choose a different color with your preference. Then select the second layer, which was the basic line art, and choose the eraser and remove the border line of the iris. Choose the blur tool and blur the iris border part using it. Create new layer and choose airbrush and go to spray brush. Choose yellow color, then use the spray brush to add sparkles on the iris. Using the blur brush, blur out the part. Using the ellipse selection brush, create a circle shape on a new layer for the center part and give a dark color to match the eye. I choose a dark blue. Make a copy of the circle using the operation tool for the other eye part. By using spray brush, add a dark color border line to the circle and then blur it using the blur brush. Next, by using a thick painting brush in a new layer, add color to the lower and upper part of the eye to give shades. Using blur brush, blur those areas. And now take a light blue color and paint that color where you want to give highlights. Then blur that area. And reduce the opacity. I chose a sparkle brush, which I downloaded before from Clip Studio Paint, to give a shine to the eyes. I used a yellow color for the sparkle. From Clip Studio Paint I decided to download some materials. You can go to the Clip Studio assets and using the search tab you can search for the material. As I am looking for sparkle for the eye, I chose some materials. Select the iris using polyline selection tool and use the downloaded sparkle brush for highlight. In a new layer, using a thick brush, paint the upper part of the eye to give shadow. Blur the end parts of the shadow for a natural look. Using the gradient tool we can try to change the color of the eye and its overall look. Choose new correction layer and go to the gradient map. From there you can choose which look you prefer. I decided to go with a little dark for the eye. Now you can see that the page all become dark. So I did an easy thing. After closing the gradient map, go to the layers and choose the gradient layer, and on layers, change normal to soft light. And we can go back to the white background. Using the sparkle brushes gives the eye's final highlights. So let's take time and do it as you like. For final touch-up in a new layer, using a brush and white color, paint white spots on the iris. Click on the filter and go to Quick Effects, then choose Chromatic Aberration Radial. which will give you colored lights on the white dots. Now finally, color the eyelashes and eyebrows. I hope you like it and learn something new today. Please support by liking, subscribing, and sharing. Let's see you guys with my next video. Bye bye.